everybody, Charlene here in the kitchen. We're having pork chops. Okay, so these are like pork loins. So what I'm gonna do with these puppies is what I have done already is I used some seasoning salt and I salted them on both sides. I'm gonna let them brown on both sides, and then I'm gonna set them aside, and I'm going to add beef consomme and French onion soup. Okay, and since I think I'm going to double the recipe, I'll add some water to each of the cans, and then I'm going to add 2 cups of rice. I'll be back. Okay, so we're finishing up the pork chops. Well, I call them chops, but they're not chops, they're loins. There's no bones in these. So we're browning them up lightly on each side. Okay, I'm going to set them aside. I like to use my Dutch oven for this. And then I'm going to take, watch out, we don't want to have any mishaps with the steam. Okay, so I'm going to put a can of beef consomme and a can of French onion soup. All right, normally you would stop at that, but I'm going to add 2 cans of water because I'm going to double the recipe. Okay, so while that's getting up to bubbling, 2 cans of water. So it's going to make this pan pretty heavy. All right. Put the 2 cans of water in there, and we're going to let that come to a boil, okay? Okay, so I have measured 2 cups of rice, and this is just about to boil. So we're going to put the pork back inside of the pan, okay? In the meantime, I do have the oven preheated to 350. So I'm going to put all these back in here. Mind you, I just browned them on the side, on each side. I did not cook them all the way through, okay? Because they're going to sit in that oven for an hour and 10 minutes. The last 10 minutes, we're going to take the lid off. So we got those in there, and we're going to just pour this rice over the top. I'm going to stir it up just a little bit. Now, I am going to put this in the oven, but seeing how this is pretty darn heavy, and I'm going to need 2 hands, just know that it's going in the oven at 350 degrees with the lid for an hour. And then for the last 10 minutes, I'll take the lid off and let it crust up around the edges a little bit. Okay, so there is 6 minutes left on the hour mark. So I'm going to go ahead and take the lid off of this. Woohoo! And let it crisp up around the edges. And then we'll be ready to eat it. Okay. I cut this with a butter knife for the little one. And here is the pork and the rice. I got some green beans ready to go on there. And that is your recipe for a quick and easy pork and rice dinner.